The Vitals Are Vital campaign. How has this grown from you? How is this something that you've been able to push and make a dent in the perception?
Yeah, and that's actually been kind of cool to see. There was something that I started back in 2015, which is kind of a catchy phrase. We made it into a hashtag, made it into a T-shirt drive, and it's kind of caught wind by some pretty high-profile people. I mean, I think Karen Litzy was the first, or no, Chris Johnson, I think actually, back in like 2016, maybe even earlier, had me on a podcast. We're talking about it then. Karen Litzy had me. I'm on yours, obviously. Therapy Insiders. It's it's really benefited from people with a much broad. People. I say this to people. I don't have the biggest reach, I think, individually, but I have a lot of friends who do. And this campaign's definitely been aided by people, friends of mine, colleagues of mine who found this stuff important too. Prehab guys ran something forward as well. So it's just been kind of, I think that like social media has definitely been a benefit to that campaign. The newer generation of students, that's where it's really kind of caught wind. Like students now are really kind of pushing it. And that's good to see, because that's where I think a lot of the change is probably going to happen. It's harder to change people who've been in practice for many years. And interesting enough, our paper actually shows people who've been practicing for longer actually tend to take it more often, which was kind of interesting.
That surprised me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we also think it may be who we've sampled, because we sampled orthopedic section members, and there was also a higher prevalence of people with transitional or DPTs. So I'm thinking it was people who practiced for a while and then went back and like further education. So these are people who are very committed to staying on top of their practice. So I think that's what explains that kind of interesting relationship. But yeah, so the students, new grads, and then social media has been a really big push. And then recently we've been able to, the first motion I put in as a board of directors member for the CardioPulm section is to bring it officially under the section. So now it's a section sponsored campaign, which has allowed us to have release of some funds to create those videos. So like the whole vision, there's like three stages I have to this campaign. The first one was to raise awareness and identify the problem. We've done that, I think. I think we've done a pretty good job of, people know about the campaign, they've heard maybe or seen something from it. Or maybe they're professors using it or talking about it in their courses. I think even like this past spring, in like 4 different states, there were at state association meetings, there were people referencing the Vitals Are Vital campaign, which I thought was crazy because I wasn't there. It was completely unsolicited, and it's at the state level, which I was like, that's kind of cool. So we've raised awareness, we've identified the problem, right, with our research, my research, Sarah Arena's research, Ali Alvarazzi's research. And now we're in the stage of providing solutions, right? Because like just talking about a problem doesn't, what is that? What's the use of that, right? You got to provide some solutions. So we've produced those videos now, which are completely free, accessible by anyone. They're on YouTube for the CardioPulm section. No advertisements, no nothing, no monetization. Like you can log in and use it. And we go over interpretation, how to do it, how to calibrate all those things. But basically we found those issues from our research, from talking to people, and then created something that would work for them. And then we're currently working on a paper which should come out hopefully in the next couple of months, listing decision-making algorithms for clinicians. So that's coming hopefully down the pipeline. It's in review right now. I can't talk too much about it. But yeah, that's coming down the pipeline. And then the third is getting PTs to do it during exercise and getting reimbursement for hypertension. But that's like 5-10 years down the road. So but yeah, it's and the cool thing is I put very little money into it directly. The videos were self-funded from our t-shirt sales and the courses we ran for the CardioPulm section. So that's something I've been very proud of, that we've been able to, it's a product of the profession that's for the profession in a certain sense. And I've just kind of been the facilitator for it, or maybe the catalyst in a certain sense.